If you guys are looking to buy or sell your Rocket League items for money, then make sure to head to the first link in the description. You can buy absolutely any item that you want, and have now also included item bundles to save you guys even more money and save more from your purchase with code JAKRS at checkout. If you guys want to win a heat wave, then all you've got to do is subscribe to the channel, turn on my post notifications, drop a like on today's video, and leave a comment with your details down below and also why you want to win the giveaway. What's going on, guys? I'm JAKRS and welcome back to another episode of one of the most requested series on the channel, and that is to do a nothing to something. We're now a third episode into this series, and instead of just going from nothing to something, I've chosen to trade all the way from a player's choice crate all the way up to White Zombas wheels, and hopefully we can get to that point in this series. It might take a long time to get up to there and trade our way up to there, but I feel like I'm a good trader, and hopefully all of the episodes in this series will help you guys yourselves to know how you can trade all the way from a player's choice crate to White Zombas, which we hopefully can do in this series. Just before we get straight into the trades of today's episode, which are really awesome, we've got more than 15 trades to look at in today's episode. Make sure to go to the description of today's video. One, you can enter the White Zombas giveaway. The Gleam link will be right there for you guys to enter that. And then also below that, you guys will have price guides and also some of the other episodes that we've done in this series. If this is the first episode that you've seen of this series and you've missed episode 1 and 2, then make sure to go and check out those and know how we went from a player's choice crate to other items and then progress to the items that we're starting off with in today's episode. So without further ado, let's get straight into episode 3 of Nothing to White Zombas. The first trade of today's episode that we did to progress on from the inventory that we had in last episode is a trade for a saffron painted derby for just 1 turbo crate. I feel like this is a good deal because I can easily get about 3 or 4 crates for this topper. These very rare boost trails are ones that I get a lot of offers for in this series because last episode I managed to sell 2 of them for some saffron painted wildcat ears and sold those on for more profit. I managed to sell this friction on for ARAs an ad of 3 crates. ARAs are half a key and these 3 crates make it 0.8 and the friction's only 0.5. The saffron derby that we picked up for just 1 turbo crate, I managed to add a MGA8 decal to this to pick up some triplex wheels. Triplex are an easy 0.5 since people want to trade up to painted Dracos, so this price is my very rare decal about 0.3. Having a low value inventory was very helped by the fact that I was in a load of trade lobbies. For example, all of the players that you see in this trade lobby right here. I was also constantly looking on Rocket League trading websites and inviting people that had offers for the items that I had in my inventory. The sky blue Hornbug that we picked up last episode, I managed to sell on for Xenosplash, which is an easy 0.3 profit. The heatwave that we also picked up in the last episode is an item that was dropping in value. I thought that it would go up to about 18 keys, but funnily enough 20XX is the mystery that's going up the most right now to about 19 keys, and so I quick sold this heatwave on for about 15 keys and an ad of 2 crates. I managed to use the add method, telling people to add crates to get even more out of this trade as well. I feel like this is a good trade as people love to overpay for keys, and so I might make a bit of profit on those 15 I got in the last trade. The last trade that I did was found on a Rocket League trading website that will be linked in the description if you guys want help on how to find trades or how to find the prices of the items, then make sure to just go to the description of today's video. But this next trade that I did involved my FSL wheels, which are certified but doesn't really add too much value onto these wheels since they're only juggler, but this guy was interested in this and first was only offering a magic missile. I knew I could maybe get a bit more from this trade since he didn't accept straight away, and so I wanted to push him a bit more and ask for a bit of crates, and this guy actually added a few crates to his offer as well. After me asking him for 1 crate as an ad, he said that he didn't have any crates in his inventory, and so I said, what else could you add? If you could show me what you could possibly add to this offer, then can you just go ahead and do it then? So he put up a friction trail, which we actually sold for quite a good trade, so I was happy to do this trade as I knew it would sell pretty well, and so once he added it, I was happy to accept this trade, and it went through and I made about 0.5 profit from this trade. I feel like the reason that people are really wanting FSLs this day is because people are trading up to White Zombas, which are drastically going up in value right now to about 140 keys and then still rising to about 150. So maybe he either wants to trade up to those, or maybe he feels that wheels as an import is more satisfying than a magic missile, which is perfectly fine, but I know I can still sell this magic missile for the same value as what those FSLs were. Now on to the 7th trade of today's episode. I managed to pick up a nitro crate for just a Takumi combo decal. This is only a rare decal, so sells for about 0.1 of a key, maybe even less, about 0.05, and so I feel like a nitro crate, which is worth about 0.15, is a great offer for this rare decal right here. I found a pretty lengthy deal for my triplex wheels, and I know a lot of people were going for the nitro imports on this day, and I can't blame them. I would myself trade up to painted Dracos if it was the case, and I'd love to have a pair of titanium white Dracos by the end of this series, which is one of the goals, and maybe White Zombas if we get that far into it. And so a pair of painted SLKs, these are painted forest green, so it makes them worth about 2 to 3, with an add of a thermal, which doesn't sell too well as being burnt sienna, but then also the visor caps, which I don't think he values too much, but to me, if I find someone collecting a set or somebody that likes painted uncommons, they might pay a bit more for them. And then also an add of some crates, which I can maybe get about 0.4 or 0.5 of a key for, is a great trade, or maybe an import pickup for those. Triplex are only worth 0.5, but I feel like this deal right here is worth at least 3 keys. Even if I get about 1 key pure for those painted SLK wheels, I still profit a lot from that trade right there. As I said before, people love to overpay for keys, and here's another example of that. This guy right here is another trade that I managed to pull from this trading lobby that was set up. 1 key for a mount champion, which is easily a key in itself, but then with an add of fidget spinners, and then also another exotics, which were certified roulettes. Although turtle's not too great, I feel like this is easily a 2 key deal for just this 1 key that I can maybe flip. Even if I don't get 2 pure keys out of it, I still might be able to sell these items on for painted Spiralis or JAKRS. Even though crates aren't the easiest to sell, I feel like this is a bit of an overpay for this magic missile, since 6 overdrive crates together sell for about a key, and so altogether I feel like I get about a key for all these crates. A magic missile is only 0.5. Now don't take my word for this, but from my trading experiences myself, I feel like imports are easier to sell than exotics. Rarely people like to have normal exotics on their car, and they'd prefer painted ones instead, and so I decided to sell this on for Tachyon. So even if I find somebody that's looking to trade this up for painted exotic, although being the same value, I feel like it's easier to sell than the ARA wheels. Another painted derby that we managed to pick up for just 1 crate is the Cobalt, and this is actually a bit easier to sell than the Saffron, so I feel like I can get maybe 4 crates instead of just the 3 crates that I priced the Saffron at. But people that look at uncommons as just useless items, even if they are painted, if they see them as useless items, they might sell them on for quite cheap, and picking these up for just 1 crate is an easy flip, an easy trade for profit right here. I could probably sell this on for 1 import, since people do like to collect derby sets. With only a few trades left, the Mount Champion stopper that I picked up as an ad for the 1 key that I traded earlier, I managed to sell this on for 3 different imports. The Endo selling for just under about a key, about 0.75. Those 2 imports are an easy 1 key, and then the SLK, so I feel like this is just over a 2 key deal for this Mount Champion, and I knew I'd easily be able to get an overpaying items for it, since it is from an RLCS drop. And in a few days time, you guys will also be able to watch the RLCS live stream and be able to get a few more drops, and you might be in with the chance to win some white AP. In today's episode, we've managed to make a lot of profit, but not as much as what we did from this trade. Bubbly sells for about 13 keys on the Rocket League trading website, and I feel like this 11 key deal, although it is pure, I feel like I can still sell it on for 13 keys, or maybe a 14 key worth of item overpay for it, especially being a black market that's easy to sell. Now we're down to our last trade of today's episode. It's been a very long journey, but this is the last trade, and I managed to sell on a ton of crates for just 1 key, 4 overdrive crates and 4 nitro crates. Overdrive crates sell in the ratio of 6 to 1 key, but in my opinion, nitro crates are a bit harder to sell than the overdrive crates, since they're a bit older, and so I managed to just do 8 crates in total for 1 key, which I feel like is a decent ratio, as it is mixed crates and not fully overdrive. So after the long trading journey that we've gone through in today's episode, we've now ended up with a bubbly, a lot of crates which are easily worth about 5 keys, also a few friction and blazer trails which might together sell for about another key, 4 straight keys, so together bubbly's worth 13, plus the 4 keys will have about 17 there, plus all of the crates that are also worth about 4 keys, that's about 21, all of the imports about 2.5, so that's 23.5, the SLKs are worth an easy 2 keys, so that's 25.5, and then the exotics 26 keys, and then with all the painted items and the rest of the junk that we have in our inventory is about a 28 key inventory. I feel like this means that we've made at least 6 keys of profit, maybe even more, maybe about 8 or 9 keys worth of profit from this episode, which I feel like is really good. I'm aiming for about just under 10 keys from each episode, so maybe by about episode 10 we'll have enough to buy the White Zombas. If not, then I might invest in other items, for example the bubbly that we bought quite cheap today, and then we're going to sell them for about 13 keys next episode. I feel like I'm going to buy items like that and then sell it on for even more profit, and maybe we'll sell on the crates for keys next episode, since keys are easier to sell than the crates. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to smash a like on today's video if you guys have enjoyed it. I've had a ton of fun trading and making my way up to the items that I now have in this series, and hopefully at one point we might be able to get up to those White Zombas. This is unfortunately the end of today's video, but there'll be many other episodes of this series out quite soon, and also other videos, so make sure to turn on notifications to know when I've either uploaded that or if I'm live streaming, and you won't be able to miss out on any of the content that I do on this channel. This is unfortunately the end of today's video, but I'll catch all of you guys in the next one. Peace.